Hi guys! So if you're watching this video, you are either already a leader or you are in the step up group, you're working towards promotion, and you're super close to being a leader. So what I want to talk about today is, the importance of how you train your downlines. So as a leader, what you are pretty much responsible for as a leader is what? Your central group. So what is your central group? Your central group is your recruits, your recruits, your recruits, as long as or until someone under you promotes. So everybody that's on your team below you is considered your central group. So what is really important about that is that you are the team leader. There's only one team leader in that group, and it's you. You are being supported by your team leader, who is being supported by her team leader, but you are the support system for your entire central group. So what is really important is, even though there may be someone who's getting in a recruit 4 or 5 levels deep, she's your actual central group person, and you are the one who is making 8.5% on her. So you want to invest as much time as you do with someone who is 5 or 6 levels deep as you do with someone who you recruited personally. Now, why? Because if you look at it this way, you can see why. You could help that 6th person down to promote. That could be someone who is super excited about the business. That could be your rock star. And if they work towards promotion and promote, they will be your first line leader. If you can look at it like that, you can see the importance of why you want to train them just as well as you do your first line leaders. Those, it's one thing for a sponsor to get a new recruit, but it is the team leader's responsibility to train them. So I just want you guys to be able to see that. I think it's really important when you're working towards promotion, especially, that you're able to see how this process works, so that when you become a team leader, you are able to take that on. So as team leaders, you want, even if it's that 6th person down, you want to take them into a 3-way chat. You can't take them into a 6-way or a 7-way chat necessarily, but a 3-way chat is okay with you and the sponsor and the new recruit, so that the sponsor can be watching you train them. Now, if that sponsor is not necessarily working towards promotion, then you decide. That's your discretion as the team leader. Do I want to add them in there? Do I want them to see how to train up a new recruit? Or is this something that they're just totally and completely not interested in working towards team leader? Some people just need to be able to see what it takes, and then they really get really excited, and they like the idea of training someone else, or they like the idea of teaching. And so adding them to the chat actually gets them excited about becoming a team leader. So this is all your discretion as far as whether or not you add them into the 3-way chat. Once you're in that 3-way chat, then you lead the conversation with the sponsor's first 2 recruits, and that's just kind of how I do it, where you lead the conversation, and the sponsor is watching you. They're kind of seeing how it works and guiding them through that process. Then, of course, when the new recruit gets a couple of hostesses, then what you want to do is, it depends, of course, whether or not that sponsor has been having lots of parties, and they really know how to have parties. They're doing well with that. They're having rock star parties, and it's really great. Then go ahead and have them coach the new recruit's first 2 hostesses. I think that's really important for the new recruit to gain her confidence. If she's able, so now you have a 3-way chat with the sponsor, the new recruit, and the first hostess, the sponsor, the new recruit, and the second hostess. So you have 2 separate chats, and the sponsor is the one leading that chat, okay, where the new recruit is able to watch. And I do that for my first 2 hostesses for that new recruit. So again, like I said, she's gaining confidence. She is gaining confidence in that process so that they can take on their next two recruits or new two hostesses. And I do that the same way. So the third and fourth hostesses are being added to the same type of a chat: the sponsor, the new recruit, and the third hostess, sponsor, new recruit, fourth hostess. But the new recruit is leading these two conversations, and the sponsor is observing and watching and seeing how it's going, giving advice in a separate chat, in their private chat between the sponsor and the new recruit, and saying, you are doing so great, or okay, you did this, but we also want to make sure we do this, and kind of giving that guidance on the side. So then backing that up, that's a very similar thing with a new recruit. So I am going to coach my first two new recruits for that sponsor, or for that person who's working towards team leader, and help them. And they're going to watch me with those first two, see how I train them, see that I am sending them to unit 1 through 3, and then I'm having them, check back with Amy after they have their bank information set up, etc., etc. Now I'm going to work them, onto unit 4, and that new recruit is watching me, okay? Or the sponsor is watching me train the new recruit, okay, with those first two recruits that they get. I think that's really important, just because, especially if you have a new recruit training a new recruit, right? You are the team leader. You are the one making that 8.5% override. You are the one who is going to see the red flags. You are the one who is going to help them see, who is good to promote. You are the one, you're just going to see a lot more because you have the experience. You have worked hard to get here, and you're going to be able to help see the sponsor see that, etc., etc. Then if the sponsor gets a third recruit, then you're doing that same three-way chat, only now then the sponsor is leading, or the sponsor is leading it, not you. And you are there to send them private messages to let them know you're doing a great job getting this new recruit going. Don't forget this, and you're just kind of walking them through. And of course, if you don't have the new recruit checklist, if you don't have the new recruit spreadsheet, you need it, because it's so helpful for, again, different personalities. You got to figure out your different personalities, but use the one that works best for you. And then of course make sure with the new sponsor who has a new recruit, which one works best for them, and just kind of walk them through that. Having that checklist is super helpful. But that is how you want to coach your sponsor's first two hostesses anywhere in your central group. Again, your central group can get really big, and so that can get a little bit overwhelming. So in there, I'm actually going to talk about that in another video about how you can work through those different seasons. But that is what you want to do. Again, for your sponsor's first two recruits, if they're working towards promotion, and then you kind of want to let them go, and you want to, like I said, be there to watch the next two and to guide. Same with your new recruits hostesses, and you can utilize your sponsor in those situations depending upon how experienced the sponsor is. If you have any questions, please reach out to your team leader, but I hope this helps you see how we kind of get new recruits going.